What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be taking a look at the astrology of December 2025, taking a look at how we're ending the year and how we can start it even stronger. So, let's get into it. Now, before we get into it, I want to let you guys know what I got going for the new year, 2026. Numerology-wise, it'll be a 1. The beautiful thing is that within our own individual spaces, it's a continuation of the things that we've been doing, just with greater perspective. First and foremost, thank you to all of you who support the channel, who I've connected with in sessions, readings, all of that. I look forward to more of that in the new year. One of the things that I feel like is a natural progression for what I do is, from rather than seeing a person just one time a year or maybe even two, to me offering a package where I'm encouraging you to check in with me at least 4 times a year. It's a really financially friendly package. I love this work that I do. And I want to tell you a little bit more about how you can connect with me, how we can continue to evolve on our own paths. So as you know, I've been doing astro life coaching along with continued readings. And part of the things that I like to do is combine astrology with life purpose and figure out how we can find the best alignment for ourselves in the different areas of life. Being that I'm a 10th house sun, I feel like career and embodying success is pretty much something that I've been able to channel, and I enjoy showing others how to do the same for themselves. One of the things that I really like to do with coaching is just helping those who are trying to find their footing in the modes of career and find passion and purpose. You guys know I'm an artist, I create for the love of it. So anybody out there who relates to that, feel free to check in with me. Also, want to just shine the light on that astrology is a progressive study. Just how it's a lifetime study, you grow with each session that you may have, talking about your plans or what you want to do. And I'm just a person that holds space for that with passion, with precision, and looking to show you how to do the same. So like I said, check out my website, see everything that I have to offer. I try to make it, very friendly and affordable for you guys. The next part that I want to talk about is those who want to learn directly, whether that be through a course, whether that want to be online. I'd like you to go comment in the comment section right now if you're that person, and send me an email and we'll follow up with that. I've been teaching for years. I've had many iterations of my Lions Den classes, and teaching is very much something I enjoy doing. So if you're that person that wants to study week to week, have, live sessions, reach out to me. It's something I'm always in favor of. But of course, numbers and things like that gotta make sense. So if that is you, drop a comment, send me an email, and we'll talk further. So let's get into the astrology of December 2025, see where we're at. All right, party people. The astrology of December starts off with a full moon in the sign of Gemini, occurring at 13 degrees. And it just so happens that this full moon is triggering a grand mutable cross. The nodes of fate, which currently reside in Pisces and Virgo, are activated during this full moon. So the first layer in which we want to start with is looking at Gemini. Gemini is a mental sign. It's a social sign, an air sign. It's ruled by Mercury. Mercury has just emerged from its retrograde cycle and turned direct, and is currently in the sign of Scorpio. So right now, what you need to know is that intuition is heightened, as well as mental energy overall. So there is a great need to be able to calm one's mind, to be able to feel with clarity what intuition is saying. On one hand, with heightened mental energy can come restlessness, and overthinking. So I think when we go to the North Node in Pisces right now, you'll want to check in with what are your spiritual practices? What are your healthy routes of escape? Now, depending on where this North Node is in your chart, that can speak towards the different type of things you can do. If it is going through your 12th house, these are going to be more traditional spiritual things you could do, seeking meditation, some type of yoga, right? Or simply resting, sleeping. If it's in your 6th house, it can have much of the same effect, a need to practically put into practice spiritual things to find a positive escape. So going back to Mercury being in Scorpio, everything is here. Everything is within the mind. The ability to break free of things that have weighed us down, right? Because Scorpio is desire. And during this retrograde cycle, we were reviewing our desire nature. What is in alignment with our greater truth, Sagittarius. Now, for all of us, this full moon is a part of a greater filtering process, right? What I'm seeing here is like a need for mental organization that can lead to flow. Overall, there's a strong theme of needing structure or some type of organization. And this is evidenced by the chain of command via the degrees. Okay, this full moon occurring at 13 degrees, the nodes at 13 degrees. This is an Aries degree corresponding to Mars. Mars currently here in Sagittarius at a Capricorn degree. Where are you directing your willpower? How are you structuring it? You need a plan. If you have a plan for how you're directing your will, mentally, that's going to lead to some organization. If you are feeling restless, if you are feeling overwhelmed, the North Node in Pisces, as well as the South Node, is telling you to seek ways to calm that energy through positive escape, right? This is one where it's less about information, but more about the practice. That's Jupiter, that's wisdom, knowledge applied. Okay, so this full moon is telling you to apply what you know to play towards your greater wisdom. In the days after this, Mercury will continue to perfect this grand trine that's really been supporting us all for quite some time. All right, Mercury's going to come into perfection with a trine to Saturn as well as Jupiter. So, as I said, the more you can be within mental clarity, the more you can trust your intuition, the more you can allow that to guide you. Check in with yourself in how your intuition operates. Do your dreams give you heads up? Do you pay attention to, to those dreams? What synchronicities have occurred in the spiritual sense that serve as like reminders or little hints, right? That can be helping you see things clearer. Because going back to Mercury on this full moon, it's conjuncting this vertex, and the full moon here in Gemini says that there's an illumination around some truth that we're aware of that possibly some can ignore, but the more you accept this truth, the more freeing it is, and the more fulfillment you'll find. That's like the more you accept whatever truth's been showing itself, the more you're going to be able to tap into that Sagittarius energy. So it brings me to the next layer. So as I said, Mercury is going to perfect this trine, and then it's going to come closer to this opposition with Uranus, which Venus and the Sun, in the past few weeks have also come in contact with. The oppositions with Uranus are forcing us to take a look at how collectively social dynamics have changed. Uranus is an energy of detachment as well as technology. With its recent dip into the Mercury ruled sign of Gemini, we've seen the acceleration of AI and how others go about incorporating that into their own lives, as well as the cause and effect that has on social engagement. So I think with the combination of all these Sagittarius planets right now and then Mercury coming into opposition with Uranus, we can really be feeling or being forced to acknowledge where in our lives there may be a need for more detachment on a social or mental level, or the cause and effect of that energy within our own lives. Above all, I think the best thing to do is adjust accordingly. It could lead you towards more self absorbing and being engulfed in your own values, creativity, and just overall energy. It brings me to another layer of these transits, which is we have Mars in harmony with Chiron and Aries. And of course, Aries is Mars's own sign. So I feel like there's a big white writing on the wall, which is a little invisible, right? It's all about how you perceive things. And one of my big takeaways from this year is that you can never go wrong focusing on yourself, particularly if you're a certain age. The best thing to do is focus on yourself. Those who prioritize their purpose, I find, get more fulfillment in the things that they're seeking rather than diluting energy from their own purpose. So that's something really important to pay attention to, that feels like an underlining thing. So just bringing clarity to that. There's a big acknowledgement with this full moon that we're going to need to undergo, right? It could be personal information, secrets being revealed, but on a bigger level, we'll need to take a look at where we are in time in terms of cause and effect, how technology affects our thinking, our ability to focus, and ultimately tune into those higher faculties. Above all, we can't forget that full moons are about letting go. So we want to let go of whatever causes more clutter or restlessness and seek more harmony. So when we look at the Sagittarius energy, that's where a lot of the harmony or freedom is. So you guys just ask yourself, how do I tap into that consciously and consistently? Does it require me to think bigger, live bigger, enforce certain boundaries? But I think it's a really powerful start to December, and we'll take a look in the future, at some more of the transits. But feel free to drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, where this full moon is occurring for you. Until next time, peace.